So, I've never been in a relationship before. Not a single time in my whole life. I'm 18 years old, just to get that out there. And I've never been in a relationship. And if I'm being honest, you know, I feel as if like no one's actually ever liked me in that way. And it sucks. It feels horrible because you really start to question what's wrong with you and what you can do to possibly make someone like you. And it's it's really like it really gets to you, especially in a world where everyone around you is getting into relationships, experiencing teenage love, having fun in life. And you start overthinking everything, every interaction with another person, like, dang, could they possibly like me? And you catch feelings really fast. Especially as a guy, I know guys tend to catch feelings faster in general, but you start trying to picture a future with everyone, and it's like I have no lust in me either as far as relationships. But I just want like someone to love and hang out with, laugh with, and it's really like, is that something too hard? And is that like such a big ask to have someone love? You know, it's like you never get picked. But yeah, over time, it's like not being in a relationship doesn't determine your character or like it doesn't mean you don't deserve to be in a relationship. It's just like your time hasn't come yet, and that's definitely a way of coping or trying to avoid the situation even altogether. But I feel like over the past couple years, I've just accepted the fact, and I've been started working on myself. Like I used to be fat with like a double chin. I started the gym all by myself. Asked my one friend for help, and after that, I went every day for a couple months. I lost my double chin. I lost most of my fat, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be for myself. So I don't even know if I would be ready for a relationship, but I wouldn't decline the opportunity if it were to come my way. But yeah, especially in this day and age where everyone just hookup culture, where people are just meaninglessly being in relationships and just doing it for fun at this point. I'd rather just, find my one person to have rather than spend my whole life bouncing around from person to person because I feel like that would just ruin love for me and just like I wouldn't want to do anything anymore. But yeah, it's just such a depressing feeling when everyone around you is getting into relationships and you're just like not even there. No one's liked you. And even if you get close that one time, it never works out. And that even makes you feel worse because you become even more depressed after that happens. And honestly, it's not like I don't want a relationship. It's just like I don't expect it anymore. I mean, high school's almost over. I have like I'm graduating next year, so Yeah, especially like with prom, it's like, dang, I'm really not gonna have anyone to take to prom. I mean, that could possibly change. There's still a lot of time left till then. It's only September, or I mean October. But, I don't expect it anymore. You just give up at a certain point in life. You don't expect things that haven't happened to you. And I feel like I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just really depressing. But yeah, it's lonely. There are days where like it feels like you're missing out on so much and experiences that everyone's had, even once. I have not me personally, but people have experiences, and like that's all you want. You just want to experience it, maybe even once or twice, but it's just like it doesn't happen, and that just makes you feel really bad. But um, like I said earlier, it's just like being single. You should just work on yourself. Go to the gym, play the sport you want to play, get better at it, and just do something productive with your life instead of just sitting there being sad every day about it. Because trust me, you you know, being sad is not gonna do anything. Better yourself and just do it for yourself. Because once you feel good about yourself, you'll definitely just gain the confidence you need to maybe even ask your crush out. In the end, if you've never been in a relationship or you feel like nobody's liked you like that, you're definitely not alone. Trust me. And it just means your time hasn't come yet. And I feel like when your time does come, it's gonna be so much better than you anticipated it to be because you've had to wait all of this time, and it'll mean so much more for sure. And finding that person after waiting so long, like you'll definitely not take it for granted, and hopefully you live happily. And what I hope for myself is once I do find my person, it's just forever. Like I said earlier, I don't want to be hopping around in like 35 different relationships. I've never been a fan of that. I feel like that's just destroys the meaning of love itself. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Just be patient, I guess. And peace out.